Some of the most common training advice in soccer sounds smart. It gets repeated everywhere, but I've watched it hold players back quietly year after year. Let me explain. I work with players who train hard, care deeply, and genuinely want to improve. They put the effort in day after day, but they're just not seeing the results that somebody else promised them. And often the problem isn't the effort from the player or the intentions of the parents, it's the advice that they're following. Let's dive in. Advice number one, just work harder. Now let me be clear, working hard, putting in the effort is extremely important. Every player needs to do that, but it's not a plan. If you keep repeating the same bad habits, working harder just reinforces the same mistakes. You're not going to see progress just from doing more. Because progress comes from intentional work. You shouldn't judge your progress based on how tired you are after a session. Because you can run and run, but never actually improve at something that you need to improve at in-game. Your training needs to be intentional and applicable to whatever position you play in-game. Advice number two, more teams equals more development. And I know how it sounds. Playing for more teams sounds like you're more committed, you're more dedicated to your development. But unfortunately, I've seen it all too often. It leads to no recovery, no reflection, and no real improvement. If you go to the gym and you work out 7 days a week for a year straight, your body's not going to respond well. You're going to get injured. You're going to have problems that you experience, even though you think that you're doing more and you're so committed, and it's going to lead to results. But development needs space. You need to be able to go out into a training session or into a game and then have some time to reflect and think about what you did rather than just racing into another session. So make sure you're focusing on quality, not just quantity. Advice number three, play up in age group. Now this one kills me every time I hear it. Coaches convincing players and parents that they should be playing their kids up because it helps fill out an age group for the club that they're at. There are times and places where it makes sense to play up, but if you're constantly being told by a club that you need to play up, it's probably because they need to fill a roster spot, not because they actually think it's the best for your child's development. When playing up, there's typically a constant physical mismatch, and what this can do is it can kill confidence, it can hide technical growth, and it can teach players to avoid the ball because they're scared of being tackled by somebody bigger, stronger, and faster than them. And the big one here is the hidden technical growth. Rather than focusing on the technique and the technical side of the game, players tend to focus on the physical side of the game because they're so behind because they're playing with kids that are 1, 2, even 3 years older than they are. So find the right environment and make sure it's the best thing for you, not just what a club or a coach says. And advice number four, results mean that you're improving. Now this is a tricky one because goals, wins, and trophies make you feel good and it makes you feel like training worked and you're getting better. But short-term results are very good at hiding long-term problems. Real improvement and development shows up in decisions, confidence, and consistency way before it shows up on a scoreboard. So make sure you're not letting wins and trophies overshadow potential mistakes that you're seeing in yourself or in your player. Because if you're focusing on these results rather than development, a few years down the line, unfortunately, you're probably going to see your players have bad habits that were never corrected because they were able to win games and trophies when they were younger. So how do we reframe our minds to look at this correctly? Instead of asking the question, did we win? Ask, did we improve? And instead of just asking, did we work hard? Ask, did we work hard and smart? This reframe of your mind will help you because better questions create better development. And remember that seemingly good advice does not always lead to good long-term outcomes. Now, if this helped you, go ahead and subscribe. It helps me create more videos to help people just like you. Thank you. Catch you in the next video.